7, we get to compare fractions and put them in order. I like what most of you did with using the pictures to help you draw this out. Why would we want to understand how to compare fractions and put them in order? How could that be helpful? Yes. Right. So work skills is always good. And then yesterday I elevated this idea. We're working on our number sense, just understanding when we can visually see and understand these fractions, we can understand what's larger and what's smaller. Today you're going to be working on a number line, okay? When you work on this. And it's going to look something like this. You'll get a 0 and a 1, okay? The other day we talked about how some of these fractions, you can look at them like 7/8 and 5/6, right? And you can compare these by thinking about the sizes of the parts and then which distance is greater or smaller to get to the whole, right? So which is greater here? It's 7/8 because the eighths, if you're thinking about 1/8 to get to the whole and then 1/6 to get to the whole, right? That 1/8 is a smaller distance to get there, which means 7/8 is a greater number. Is everybody okay with that? We've been talking about that. It's something similar. What you're going to be working with is something similar to that idea, but I want to give you a couple of ideas of what we call benchmarks. Okay, benchmarks. There's two main benchmarks on this number line right now. It's 0 and 1. So we've been working on this idea of what's closer to 1 and what's closer to 0. Okay, there's one more benchmark that I want to point out to you. It's this one. Okay. Yeah, that 1/2, right? If you can think about cutting this number line into two pieces, you can look at a list of numbers like, oh, let's see. Actually, I want to keep that there. 1/2. You can look at a list of fractions like 1/8, 3/7, 4/7, 7/8. Okay, when you're looking at this, these numbers, right? You can understand that if I cut this number in half, which of these numbers is less than half? Which of these numbers you can tell? We've been working on this idea of half and equivalence to half. Which of these numbers is less than half? Yes, sir. So definitely 1/8. And is there another one? Yes, sir. 1/8 and 3/7 are both less than 1/2, right? Now, which one of those two are closer to the 1/2 in your opinion, and why? Yes. How do you know that? Yeah, so there's more, yes, but think about Duke, do you have a thought about this? That's true. But can you see how 3/7 is almost 1/2, right? Some of us know that if we divided 7 in half, it's 3.5, right? So somewhere between, but it's almost half, so we got to know that it's pretty close to half. And then we know 1/8 is actually pretty far from a half. We know that, yeah, pretty close to 0, right? And 4/8 would be the equivalent there. So 1/8 has got to go there, right? Okay. So which numbers are greater than 1/2? Yes, sir. 4/7 and 7/8, and which one is greater of those two? Yes. And how do you know that? Yeah, it's closer to 1 whole, right? And we also understand that 4/7, once again, because we know if we divide 7 in half, it's between 3 and 4. We know that 4/7 is really close to 1/2, but on the other end of that, right? Okay. Are we okay with this? Thumbs up, thumbs sideways, thumbs down. Wonderful. Today, yes, sir. It does mean that. Yep. Yep. When you see that, it means 86 through 88. Okay. Yep. And then Khan Academy fractions and decimals not. Connect Ed not. Prodigy not. Yeah, not Math Playground today.